Ben Tennyson, his cousin Gwen and their grandpa Max spend their evenings fighting aliens on the streets of Bellwood. During a battle that involves chasing and fighting a robotic tank, Ben is upgrade and Gwen argue about the best way to defeat it, resulting in Gwen utilizing her extraordinarily strong magic, which is colored pink rather than blue as it was in the original show's third and fourth seasons, to cast a dismantling spell on the tank while Ben is still attached to it. Though this does defeat the tank, unknown to the cousins, it leads to a malfunction in the Omnitrix. Later, after a mishap in school where JT and Cash lock Ben in his locker, and the Omnitrix accidentally teleports his homework away in a sudden flash of green-pink energy, Ben is grounded by his parents, Carl and Sandra, and forced to stay at home to do a history report. Ben attempts to work on the report before the Omnitrix teleports his laptop away as well. Shortly afterwards, Ben's alien friend Tetrax Shard arrives and tells Ben that Ismut has asked to meet with him. They go to meet Ismut, but end up attacked by a Tokuster, way big species. Tetrax and Ben start to fight the alien, who is teleported into the Omnitrix, though neither of them is aware of it. Tetrax decides to take Ben to search for Ismut and activates a new function on the Omnitrix. Before he can explain this new ability, the ship is attacked and Ben is sucked out into the atmosphere, falling to the ground as Diamond Head. It is later revealed that the new ability prevents Ben from returning to human form when the Omnitrix times out, simply switching into another one of his alien forms. Ben as 4 arms arrives at Stonehenge, but is confronted and attacked by a galvanic Mechimorph upgrade species, with abilities of forming weapons and armor from its body and teleportation, who demands to know about the Tokuster that had attacked Ben. Ben explains to the Mechimorph that he knows nothing, but it only continues to attack, and its teleportation ability causes the pair to carry the rest of their battle across the globe. After destroying part of Stonehenge, they nearly damage Christ the Redeemer in Rio de Janeiro and fight at the Great Pyramids in Egypt before arriving back in Bellwood. Ben transforms into grey matter and manages to escape the Mechimorph. Meanwhile, Gwen and Grandpa Max receive a call from Ben's parents informing them that Ben has escaped. They go in search of him only to find Tetrax. The three discover Ismut's ship, but with no sign of Ismut. Looking at the ship's log, they discover that Ismut disguised it as a truck to track down and fix the malfunctioning Omnitrix, but crashed and was destroyed by the Tokuster. After escaping the Mechimorph, Ben as grey matter is mistaken as a small creature by his parents before Gwen, Grandpa Max and Tetrax soon encounter him back at his house. Tetrax restores Ben's Omnitrix to normal just as the Mechimorph catches up to them. Gwen sees how the Omnitrix reacts after Ben returns to his human form and deduces what has happened just as she, Ben, Tetrax and the Mechimorph are transported into the Omnitrix itself. Inside, Ben and the Mechimorph continue to battle before being attacked by a swarm of Lepidopterans stinkfly species, just as Gwen and Tetrax are ambushed by a pack of Vulpimancer's Wildmid species. The four catch up with each other and they realize that the Tokuster is inside with them just as he resurfaces. The Mechimorph, who is revealed to be Ismut's father, attacks the Tokuster to avenge the death of his son while Gwen explains to Ben about the malfunction that she accidentally caused to the Omnitrix when she cast the dismantling spell on the robotic tank while Ben was attached to it. She uses Ismut's father to reverse the transportation and return them all to Earth. Ismut's father pursues and fights the Tokuster, but the Omnitrix malfunctions again and transforms Ben's parents into a Vulpimancer and a Pyronite heat blast species, causing Gwen to realize that the Omnitrix had transformed Ismut into the Tokuster, leaving Grandpa Max and Tetrax to fight his parents. Ben and Gwen follow Ismut's father and Ismut to the city where Ben transforms into Way Big to battle Ismut and hold off his father while he and Gwen try and reverse the transformation. Although the three-way battle causes massive damage, yet apparently without causing any civilian deaths, to the city in the process. Ben and Gwen finally convince Azmuth's father that his son is the toaster they are fighting. And the three work together to help Azmuth regain control of himself. Now regaining his senses, Azmuth proceeds to use his father's metamorph abilities to fix the Omnitrix and subsequently allow it to return himself to normal. Azmuth reprimands Ben and Gwen for their errors and reveals that his father is actually a Galvan like him, wearing a metamorph type enhanced armor that, as Azmuth reprimands him for as well, amplifies any anger of the user, explaining his behavior. Hearing Azmuth explaining of how the Omnitrix was so filled with pink mana, Gwen asks what he means. To which he simply says she will know eventually. Returning to Ben's house, Azmuth restores Ben's parents to normal, albeit unconscious, and repairs the rust bucket, previously destroyed in the battle. Before leaving to reconcile with his own father. After Azmuth, his father and Tetrax are out of sight, Ben's parents regain consciousness, and having forgotten they grounded Ben, tell him to enjoy his fishing trip with Grandpa Max and Gwen. Ben declines, having learned to be more responsible than before, and stays home to finish his history report for school. It ends with Ben, Gwen, and Grandpa Max on another road trip where they encounter Dr. Animo and the three prepare for another exciting battle of extraterrestrial, mystical, and highly advanced technological might yet again.